Alright. Weirdly enough, I actually remembered to post this online first. Imagine that. Hello, I am Socket Wench, and this is the Socket Bench. And it's still a mess. Now, you might be wondering, where's the printer? We're not doing any printer stuff today. Actually, that's a lie. I already did the printer stuff. I just did it off camera. We're now going to be doing some Mac stuff, because I was lucky enough to be gifted a Mac SE that already works, but not the keyboard. Now, story goes, someone else gifted me an ADB keyboard, and it doesn't work. Now, instead of flailing and trying to get that keyboard to work and then getting very unhappy because the keyboard doesn't work, and I don't want to sound unappreciative to anybody at all in this whole thing, I decided we're going to try a backup. And that's what I've got right here. So we're going to build this today, and maybe even test it, because I think I have an IEC connector on the floor somewhere in here. And if not, I probably have some spare cables that I could grab from somewhere too. So what is in the mysterious package? Let's find out. You probably can already guess what this is, considering my intro to it. It is an ADB to USB converter. Why? Because I got lots of USB keyboards and 1/2 of a ADB keyboard. So we're going to try that. This isn't going to be much of a build because, unfortunately, this is not available as a kit. This is available pre-made. However, we're still going to try it out. We got the cable here. Because I don't have an ADB to ADB cable, that's for damn sure. Do I have any viewers? No? Cool. And we have one acrylic case. Wench, why didn't you just print one? I didn't feel like it. I could have even looked it up. I'm pretty sure somebody has a design for one of these, but I didn't wanna. I just wanted to have it done so that I didn't have to worry about going through a complicated print on my other 3D printer, which has a bed plate which is way past due to replace. Yeah, I should probably use a plastic smudger on this if I can. Or maybe try a... I mean, this is the only side that they're going to see, so... I have no idea how well this is going to work. I don't know which keyboard I'm going to be using. I was actually thinking of pulling the keyboard off of the streaming PC, which is kind of funny because it's attached to the streaming PC right now, so I'll probably figure something out. Maybe I'll pull one of my half-dead keyboards, or maybe the old Levinson out of the box. It's a pity that that Levinson never got enough use. It was a very nice build, but 40% keyboards are just a little bit too small. I need my number row. I guess that was the lesson of that whole build, is that I need my number row. Oh, this one's gonna fight us because we're gonna have to get all the little bits out of the holes in here. Okay. Yeah, very nice. Looks like it was laser cut. This top part was definitely laser engraved. And then I'll have to go and drag the SE over here. I don't have a very good way of shooting that. Do SEs just really hate it when you set them on their back and turn them on? We'll find out. Technically, I think The SE works. I think it's already been recapped and cleaned up by Big Bad Biologist, who was kind enough to just gift me one of these out of the blue. That was so nice of him. And if I actually had a working keyboard, I could play Lunar Rescue, because I think I'm too old now to play Beyond Dark Castle. I tried the remake of Beyond Dark Castle on Steam, and okay, I'm gonna have a bit of a rant here about video games. I despise video games which say, well, you just need to get good. I am middle-aged. I work a job. I don't have time to get good on anything. I am trying to get my head above water. This is why I require cheats in your game. Yes, your game. I need cheats, or I will never play it. Accessibility is for everyone. Not just if you're permanently disabled, but if you are temporarily disabled. Say you've had eye surgery, or you're just not feeling well that day, or you just had wrist surgery and you can't move your wrists very fast, or something like that. Peripheral nerve syndrome. There's a whole bunch of different things. So there are reasons to make your game nice. You know, I bet if I just sprayed this with isopropanol, I could actually get this off faster. How much do you want to bet that will work and I was just wasting my time? Yeah. Yeah, that worked just fine. Of course it did. This is now the shiniest, cleanest thing in my shop. That will not last. Ah, this one doesn't want to come open. The weather was really weird here yesterday. It's March, and it was 26 degrees centigrade here. It was like June weather. Like, okay, that's nerve-wracking. I don't like that. What can you say, though? I could go into another rant about car culture and the petrochemical industry, but you know what? Let's not do that. Let's just have fun. There we go. Oh, there are instructions. Do we want to use the instructions? I'm not sure if I want to use the instructions. Maybe I should look up the instructions. I don't know. It doesn't look very complicated. It looks like a bunch of... What I'm... interesting. Yeah, what I'm guessing is that we're going to probably assemble, like, these are all nylons, aren't they? Yeah, those are nylons. Nothing wrong with that. No feet. There are no feet in the back package. That's okay. Not everything has to have little rubber feet on the bottom. Yeah, I bet it's... You put these little nuts on first, and that gives you a standoff so that you can put these on. I mean, I'm guessing that it's pretty obvious, but, you know, just in case... You probably do want to read the instructions, and don't be like me and just go. MMU Man is here. You're watching Stargate stuff? Where are you right now? Last I heard, I think that you were somewhere in Season 1. My lovely patrons were the ones who sponsored this project this month. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to afford anything this month. Oh God, last month's finances were just terrifying. I did not like them. I did not like what happened last month. It was not fun. Currently, it seems like it's set up for USB only and no power. We're going to do USB and power, I think. Maybe? I don't know how this works. Oh, I bet that this is the power port. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. Also, my microphone's dead, by the way. Yeah, you know how occasionally I get some problems with my microphone being all staticky on Trina's streams? Yeah, I finally went and dug up another USB beta cable for this ancient blue snowball, pre-Logitech blue snowball, and it's staticky this morning too. So either it's the card or it's the microphone. Um, I'm not sure. I mean, the streaming machine is also a piece of junk too. Like, if it didn't end up with me and get hooked into my basement, it would have ended up in the dumpster. Oh, some interview on Dial the Gate. Oh, oh, master replicas about the ZPM. I did rather like how the ZPM looked in that series. Very, very pretty. And kind of this stained glass church thing going, and I always kind of appreciated the juxtaposition of that bit of aesthetic with the otherwise SF show. I actually haven't finished my rewatch of Stargate because right when I finally got to the last two movies, well, things transpired, and now it seems decidedly distasteful to watch something which is otherwise military SF right now. Kind of just did not encourage me to want to actually finish that right now. No doubt I'll get back to it, but yeah, not exactly cool or encouraging. So actually, at present, I don't have a TV series I'm really going through because the other one I've recently acquired was MacGyver. And the problem is that MacGyver is an 80s film and is an 80s series. And oh boy, does that have some problematic stuff in it right from the first episode. Oh boy. One of those situations where your memory certainly does not want to remind you of all the things that you didn't notice when you first watched it as a kid. Okay. There you go. We're all done. Bye, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. Let's actually go see if it works. First of all, I need to move the printer out of the way. And then we have to start fetching all the parts. So here's the ADB keyboard. I think Gut Bomb sent me this one. And it kind of works. It wasn't tested, it wasn't cleaned, and it's definitely yellow. You can see how yellow it is. Lighter on the bomb. Look at these feet. These feet look like one of those erasers that you had in grade school. This one, in particular, this one's fine. But not that one. Okay. Like, in theory, we could probably take this apart and figure out what's wrong with it. It's not making any weird noises. The case is actually in good shape. But when I try using it, like, most of the keys don't work. Sometimes, like, the A key will work, this portion will work, and I don't know if it's easy to actually repair these. I was half tempted. You know what? Before we pull the SE off of the wall, let's have fun. Let's go ahead and open this up. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I shouldn't say that because I live in this country, in this part of the part of time. I think that I'm just cursing myself for even saying anything like that. And now my door won't close. Why won't it close? Can you close now, please? 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 Thank you. Okay. The mouse works, though. The mouse is fine, so no problem with that. But the keyboard, no love. So we're going to find out. Either I'm going to destroy this keyboard in the process of actually trying to look at, tear it apart, which, you know, will also be a learning experience. Or I might see something obvious and actually fix it, which would be ideal because this would be the matching keyboard for the system. What am I going to do about the microphone thing? It sucks too because, like, this microphone, I've had this for like years and it's in a nice cage and everything. With a pop filter, I know that it sounds good when I use it with my particular voice. Unlike this microphone that's attached to the camera, which just sounds absolutely wretched. So I don't quite know what I'm going to do about that. I could get another snowball. There is another snowball upstairs that I could use that I was supposed to use for work, but ended up using a completely different microphone. And that one's on my upstairs computer desk, and I do not want to move it. So I have one kind of dead microphone, and I'm not sure if it's the snowball that's broken or what. I don't know what I expected inside here. Okay. Yeah, I'm having a feeling I'm not going to be able to fix anything with this poor machine. Well, let's take off the support bracket here and see what happens. I said, if nothing else, it's going to be a learning experience, right? I have a wireless microphone that I have for my phone as a portable camera setup, but I never got around to, it's not a USB microphone, so it would have to go into an audio port, and I'm not sure what's with the audio ports on this junk streaming machine that I got, because none of them work. Like, the headphone jack doesn't work. So I don't know what's going on with that. Grounding strap. Back when we had those. Ooh, hello. Okay. So it's a membrane keyboard, which also should not surprise anybody. Oh, how does this even work? It looks like there's a contact connector here, which just goes onto the board. Like one of those zebra strip connectors. Could this just be dirty? Universe, I have no freaking clue. I've built keyboards, but I haven't done one of these before. Usually if the membrane is damaged, I just walk away and go, well, I guess that keyboard is junk now. Because, yeah, I don't trust membrane keyboards. There's nothing that looks damaged. Like, none of the keys actually look like they've fallen through. The membrane looks like it's intact. somebody might be watching their screen right now and screaming at me like, no, you fool, you've ruined it already. Like, yeah, I probably have. That's okay, it didn't work before. So I'm gonna go for broke. Clean these connectors up. Ooh, hello. Yeah, there's the rest of it. There's a cap here. Has anyone ever bothered recapping a keyboard before? The 22 microfarad, 16 volt. I probably have one of those. Again, no broken parts. Is it leaking? No, it looks fine. Looks fine. It doesn't look like it's leaking or anything. So maybe it's just that the connector is just dirty. Ew, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are those two dark? Oh, and this one too. Look at that. Hello. Huh, that's interesting. Is that surface, or is that actually like in? Huh, that's interesting. Like there's this piece of foam here. Oh. What if this piece of foam has degraded, and because it's been degraded, it no longer has the necessary spring force in it to actually press up against the board and cause these issues intermittently? Like there's some other weird staining, like there's a bit of a dark spot here that I didn't notice until now. It really just is just a little tiny strip of nothing. Wow. This is one reason why I do not like membrane keyboards. Oh man. Bet the proper way to get this back together is actually to like line it up and everything. Get under that grounding strap. Okay, so there are little, the pins kind of act like that, but yeah, it's like, see how it's pressed here? You can barely see it, but you can see where it was pressed down and how it no longer has anything going to press on it any longer. Because that piece of foam is probably just gone. Can I remove it? Or would that damage it? Oh, no, it's coming off very cleanly. Oh yeah, that piece of foam is just gone. It has no spring left in it. Okay. No, it's the worst that can happen. I break a thing that's already been broken. I got any foam stripping in here? Amazingly, I do. No, I didn't actually plan that. This actually came from a fridge door kit for a Boron 0. It just happens to be about the right size. So if you're ever wondering what to do with the extra foam that comes with your fridge door kit for your Voron 0, now you know. You can use it to repair that ADB keyboard that you've had in the back of your basement for 3 months. I'm going to go to vintage computer hell, aren't I? Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. How dare you do terrible things to computers. Look, all I have is garbage to work with here, guys. Leave me alone. in theory, if I can find what I did with the tool. Here we go. I don't know how accurate it has to be. And I still didn't get enough of it off there. Almost. It'd be funny if a 5-cent piece of foam is actually all that I needed to do to get this keyboard working. That'd be my luck. Well, okay. In theory, it's just a matter of making sure that all the pins are protruding and it looks flat and aligned, and then we slap this thing on it. It looks bent. Is it supposed to be bent? Take that off very carefully again. So, yeah, it's bent and it's twisted. Not sure if that's supposed to be how it is. That's better. Doesn't look like anyone slammed on it in anger, so that's something. Alright, once again we make sure that all the pins are protruding, everything looks aligned. Okay, let's start bolting it back together. It'd be so funny if that was the problem and needed the connector cleaned and a new piece of foam installed. That'd be so funny. Self-tappers. Ew. I think tonight's Monsterdon is what? The Wonderful Voyage, the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. That's right. That's a Hammer film, isn't it? Not sure why Monsterdon is all about the Hammer films lately, but I approve. Alright, well. Does it look like a keyboard still on this side? Yes. Does it still feel crusty and filthy? Yes. Should I bother cleaning this properly and chuck all the keys inside of the ultrasonic cleaner? Yeah, I probably should do that. Am I gonna? No. I'm not doing that today. We're not doing that. If I want to do that, I can do it. I'll do it later. Instead, we're going to try to have some fun. Now the problem is that none of these later Mac keyboards actually ever really had the same kind of tactile experience that I remember from two different Mac keyboards. The 2C style keyboard always stuck with me because I believe the 2GS actually used it too, and I always had a soft spot for the 2GS too. But the Mac Plus's keyboard is what sticks with me because that thing echoed when you hit it. I'm not sure why it sounded like that, but it sounded so weird when you hit the keys. It just rang like a bell. Not sure why it did that. The real fun part of this project is going to be trying to get the SE on here. Because I don't really have a third camera to like attach to it and see if it works. And I just realized the blue SCSI has to stick out its butt, so we're probably not gonna be able to do that and have you see it without me throwing another camera at it at another weird angle. Maybe. Well, you know, I could get ingenious if I wanted to. I just run the risk that I might damage the poor thing. Anyways, let's go get the actual computer now. Oh, why am I so stiff all the time? Getting old sucks. Aside. How are we going to do this? Well, let's see here. We obviously can't lay it face down because that's useless. The IEC port and the power switch and the SCSI port have to be unimpeded. So I wonder if this is one of those cases where we have to call in our lifeline to one of our good old friends. And by that, I mean Stephen King. Because it's the thickest book that I've got out here. There, it's on the camera now. Happy? This is so dumb. What am I doing? Okay, will the blue SCSI actually fit under? Yes, it will. Oh, this is dumb. What am I doing? Okay, well, first of all, let's run that IEC connector away from this convenient other power port on the other side of the room. Fine, I'll use this plug then. Leave me alone. Okay. If people weren't screaming at their monitor now, they're definitely screaming now. Okay, power is off. We want to be extra careful because we definitely do not want to snap off the back of that. It is free. Good. Power port's free. And I don't remember which one is keyboard or mouse on this. I don't know if it matters. It does not matter. It's an ADB system. What was my last Mac anyways? I think it was a Performa 6400. 6400-200. I loved that machine. I ran BOS on that machine. Alright. How much do you want to bet this is going to blow up in my face? Anyone take some bets right now because we're about to power this travesty on. Doesn't even fit in the frame. Oh my gosh. There's so much garbage on my workbench. Okay. Well, 3, 2, 1. Chime! Maybe I should turn off the ring light. Maybe. If I can reach around the corner and turn it off. Okay, well, the mouse works. That's good. Oh, dear. I spent most of my evening last night watching Cathode Ray Dube's video on this exact effect, this rollover intersync effect. Oh, dear. I am now flashing back to the last 2 hours I spent last night learning about all of that. Mouse pad? What mouse pad? I should probably put something down, though, that will at least buffer the poor mouse from the filth that is my workbench. Do I have anything that will do for that? Anything at all? Scrap of cardboard, another box, piece of paper. Do I have to get another book? Well, okay. The keyboard is responding, which is more than I expected. Huh. If I fixed it with that, I'm going to be both happy and extraordinarily upset. Right, it doesn't latch. Oh my god! Okay, our favorite keyboard tester in the universe, which is, of course, Notepad. You could see my last attempt. These were the keys that were working before. Oh my gosh! No way! No way! Oh. No, it was working. It's working so far. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that might have fixed it. That's so dumb. The only reason why I would have suspected the foam is actually because of Tecmone, because he often has to replace the foam in a lot of other, like, tape cartridges. I fixed the frickin' keyboard with a 5-cent piece of foam. This is so upsetting. Well, I guess I'll still have to try this someday. Oh, Wench, you should have tried just opening the keyboard first. Why did you wait? Okay. Let's see here. I'm scared to move this thing because my workbench is literally a disaster. Just months of different projects on top of it. Okay, what kind of games do we got in here? Let's play some Lunar Rescue. This is so silly. I shouldn't have been able to fix the frickin' keyboard using a piece of foam. I'm upset. We always know, fuck ice. Oh, this thing has a real long intro. Okay, we're done with that. You cannot imagine as a little kid how absolutely awesome it was to see that animation the first time. Okay. Ooh, practice. Sure, why not? So, if I remember how this game works, there are these different canyons that are full of different defense robots, and you have to go through and clear them out and ferry different pieces of equipment back and forth. It's kind of an interesting game in terms of how it's kind of an RTS, but not really, and it's kind of an arcade game, but not really. There's a degree of strategy to it that just isn't present in arcade games. So I don't know, it's a neat combination, and I always was rather fond of it. Yee. You always want to, like, wail on this when you're a kid. I can't see what I'm doing. Ah, no! No, not the lasers! Ah! Don't shoot at me! I'm innocent! Take that, robot! Eat cannon! Ah! Ah! Oh no, not the missile guys. I forgot what the controls were. Oh, okay. That's the laser. Alright, cool. Ah, no, no, no shooting me. I shoot you, that's how the game works. Oh, this is so silly. What am I doing? And the travel time on that. I was going to try to play Dark Castle on this, but man, I don't think I have the reflexes for that anymore. Like, I can do this because I can be relatively patient about it. I never quite understood what those ones were. They look... or what the significance... oh. We're just gonna float gently down. The orbital laser mechanic, that is actually one of the niftier parts of this. See, it's one of those again. They don't do anything. Ah! Just a sec. I need to... someone's asking for me. I will be right back. There we go. I'm back. Housemate needed her laundry done, so we were getting that together. All right, where were we? We were destroying robots on the way to Reinhold Riles, or whatever that is. Can you focus, camera, please? Please? Thank you. Yeah, no. No, don't shoot at me. That's against the rules. No. Hmm. You know, the other thing is, this game's just really relaxing. It's like cleaning. Oh, we're almost halfway there. Oh, shit. Ah. Who did that? So, we have an enemy over there. Oh my god. Oh, interesting. There's actually strategy to that. Man. Arr. Oh, there's a volcano. Big cliff. So technically you don't have to actually go and clear them out. Almost there. Yeah. How dare you? I'm such a bad spaceship driver. Oh, another volcano. Crap. Okay. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty this is. And of course, this is the practice mode, so you actually don't really... You don't do any of the trade mechanics here, which is what you would normally be doing between each one of these. I think I probably spent most of the time playing this particular game in practice mode. Because the trade mechanic just never really wasn't interesting to 5-year-old me. Okay. Let's just exit. Come on. Quit. Quit. Please. Always a powerhouse, the back SE. Oh, that is taking its sweet time cleaning up, isn't it? What else do we have? A lot of those were stunt copter. Oh, jeez. I remember stunt copter, but I was also not very fond. Did not play it as much as I otherwise probably other people would have. I didn't enjoy it as much. What else we got in here? Crystal Raider. Apparently I played this one before because I had opened it, so I wonder what that one looks like. Yep, I remember this game. What happened? And the mouse is gone. Did I crash it? Did I crash this poor thing? And It doesn't have the reset switches on the side. Well, let's just restart it. That was interesting. It had all of that still in video RAM. Didn't expect that. That might be significant. Oh, it's almost 3 already. Wow. Is it really almost 3? Yeah, it is. Holy shit. Okay. Let's see here. Let's try playing around with one more. And then we'll wrap it up. That will be my Marchintosh. There may be some more Marchintosh tomorrow. I mean, next week. One of my friends has a Centris that needs to be recapped. So we might be doing that in my shop. So we'll find out. Are you going to boot? Please? I see the little happy Mac. Can you boot? Maybe it's just upset. I can see the blue scuzzy going nuts, so I'm just gonna. I should just give it time. I still can't believe that we fixed the keyboard using a piece of foam. That's hilarious. Figures I go to all the effort to get this backup plan so that I could actually use this wonderful system that I was gifted, and I didn't need it. I needed a piece of foam. Okay, well, that's how things go sometimes. Sometimes you need the fancy tool, and sometimes you need foam. Oh, this thing is running System 7, isn't it? Yeah, it would be if it's got this menu instead of the multi-finder menu. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's try Crystal Raider and see how far it gets. To continue, press the mouse button. Dude, I would love to pay you, but the game is like almost as old as I am. And now the screen's all screwed up again and crashed. Okay. You know what? We're going to call it right there. I'm going to go spend a little bit more time on the printer. But this is great. We actually did get this system working. This keyboard is fully working. I'm just kind of surprised. Like, look, the caps lock light even works. Like, figure that out. How do you actually make the num lock work? I don't remember how the num lock worked. Or the scroll lock. I don't remember these things. Oh well. You know what? Fine. It's fine. We're going to call it a stream there. Thank you all for being here. Oh, it's not crashed. It's not crashed? You know what? That's okay. I still don't have a mouse. Okay. We're just going to call it there. I'm going to remove this machine from its precarious arrangement on top of the back of Stephen King. So that the next time that we actually set this up to play, I will probably just point the camera at it at a proper angle on a clean desk and not on my disastrous workbench. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.